Hey y'all, I have been asked this question countless times throughout my fragrance journey, and it is to make fragrance recommendations for men. Okay? So today we are going to be talking about marketing when it comes to men and women's fragrances. So if you're interested in my thoughts and my opinions, then please keep on watching.
One look and I breathe. One touch feels skinny.
Okay, hey guys, how's everybody doing? To my returning subscribers, welcome back. To my new subscribers, I see you. And if this is your first time and you stumbled across my page, it was meant to be. My name is Sunny, and here on my channel we talk about all things fragrance, all things fragrant, all things that smell good, and just pretty much whatever I want to talk about. So if this is your first time, welcome. You have now crossed over to the Sunny side, so please go ahead, click on that subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell, drop some comments below. You are now part of the family. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Now, y'all know that I have shared time and time again, if you've been rocking with me, that I do not believe that there is gender when it comes to fragrance. Now, like I mentioned, I've had quite a few people ask over the course of time, can I recommend some men's fragrances? And in the realm of fragrance, you know, when you go to Macy's or your department stores, they have men's fragrance and they have women's fragrance. And in my opinion, that is strictly marketing strategy. When you go into a niche fragrance store, there is no separation when it comes to fragrance. It's just fragrance, okay? So men, a man's fan, do not be intimidated by a fragrance that is potentially labeled a woman's fragrance. And women, do not be intimidated by a fragrance that is potentially labeled as a men's fragrance. But today, again, I'm specifically speaking to my men because I got a request to discuss some men's fragrances. But what I can do is I can discuss fragrances in my collection that I feel are appropriate for men and that I feel are some great choices, even though I wear them. They are unisex fragrances and they can be worn by men as well. So the first one that I am going to get into is by the House of Perfumes de Marly, and this is Perseus, okay? So this is Perseus, guys. And guys, if I could describe this fragrance, like it smells like, I would say a salty, like sea-like wind, sun-warmed bronze, almost a slightly smoky iron type of scent profile. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but it kind of reminds me of like an ancient Greek god. Now, like I said, guys, this is a unisex fragrance, leaning possibly more masculine, but again, fragrance is going to smell different on different people and your body chemistry and your profile. So for instance, if I use a feminine body wash and I spray on this fragrance with maybe some feminine layering combos, it's going to smell different. Versus a man who takes a shower in maybe Irish Spring or, you know, I don't know, something or another, is going to smell different on him. And a man's body chemistry is different than a woman's body chemistry. Or at least it should be. I'm just saying. But again, men, do not be caught off guard because it is simply, again, marketing strategy. Another one that I have in my collection that I feel is, oh my God, it is absolutely amazing. And it's great fragrance coming up here for spring and summer. And this is Pacific Rock Moss. And this is by the House of Goldfield and Banks. Now, Pacific Rock Moss is another clean, airy, citrusy type of a fragrance. It's very bright. Almost reminds me of an aquatic, clear type of beach scent or beach water profile. But again, Goldfield and Banks, Pacific Rock Moss. Guys, this is another fragrance that leans, in my opinion, it's unisex. It's doesn't lean more one way or the other. I wear this, like this for me, honestly, was a love at first sniff, okay? So this can be worn by men, it can be worn by women. So yes, there we go. Next up, men. This is one that when I tell you I love this fragrance, I love this fragrance so much that I don't buy backup bottles. But when I tell you I'm considering purchasing, like more than likely I will purchase a backup bottle of this fragrance. And this is by the House of Giardini di Toscana, and this is Blue Mar. Now y'all, when I wear Blue Mar, when I tell you, I get compliment after compliment after compliment after compliment. And I will tell you that this particular fragrance, it is so beast. It is so beast. Like, I have something that is up in my closet. It's just folded up in my closet. I actually wore it to a fragrance event. And I know this was probably, because I need to take it to the cleaners and I just haven't been to the cleaners. I know that it has been in my closet for a month, if not more. And I took the jacket out and I could still smell the fragrance on there. I have also worn Blue Mar and put my clothes in the washer and I could still smell this fragrance. When I tell y'all, if you are looking for something that has staying power, a huge sillage, just something that is beast mode, I'm telling you, Blue Mar by the House of Giardini di Toscana is on point, okay? Another one, guys, again, do not be deterred by marketing strategies. All these fragrances that I'm sharing with you today are niche fragrances, and in the fragrance world, these are all considered unisex. Again, when I go into a fragrance store, a niche store, or a high-end fragrance store, whether it's an indie brand, a niche brand, etc., there's no separation. There's no separation when it comes to fragrance, right? There is no men's, there is no women's, so there is no wrong, there is no right. Wear what you want, when you want, how you want. Do not be intimidated, okay? If you are a man's man, do not be intimidated by fragrance. Whatever my husband wears, whatever I give him, that's what he wears. So whatever I put on his fragrance tray, that is what he wears. And my husband's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. And he really doesn't. He really could care less about anybody. He does not. When I say he don't care, he don't care. So I've had him sample some fragrances and I'm like, well, what do you think this is? And I'm making this up. I'm like, he's like, yeah, it smells good. And I'm like, yeah, it smells good on you too. And I'm like, it's La Vie Belle, right? But a lot of men will feel like, I'm not wearing a fragrance called La Vie Belle. But if you're confident in who you are, then it doesn't matter the name of the fragrance, even though that may sound feminine, La Vie Belle. If you're confident in who you are, do not be deterred in marketing strategies because the fragrance is going to smell good on you. I'm not saying every fragrance, but I'm just saying, give some things a try. Think outside the box. So another fragrance that I have is Juice Box. So Juice Box, and this is Beat Cafe. So if you want something that is maybe not fresh, airy, like some of the other fragrances that I just shared with you, and you want something that's a little deeper, a little more woody, a little spicy, this is one. So this has cognac, it's got coriander, black pepper, there's some tobacco, some leather, sandalwood, benzoin, slightly woody, a little bit leathery. Again, guys, this is my fragrance, okay? I have it in my collection. But would this fragrance work perfect for my husband? Yes, it absolutely, most certainly would be perfect. As a matter of fact, the bottle is still fairly full, and that is just because I don't grab for it very often. Now, like I said, some fragrances do lean a little more masculine, and this is a fragrance that, to me, it leans a little bit more masculine, but because of the spice, because of, the woodiness, the cognac in here, I think that, again, this is perfect, and it smells perfectly unisex. Okay, so I wear this. My husband could wear it, but I don't think that I'm giving this to him, so he's not getting this one. And then last but not least, guys, last but certainly not least, do not be intimidated by this fragrance when I share the notes, because when I tell you, this fragrance would smell so good on a man, and I absolutely love it for myself personally. But for a man, this fragrance I feel like would smell so sexy on a man, and it is called Roca by Christian Provenzano, and this is actually Roca Extrait de Parfum. Now, again, don't be dismayed and don't be fooled, men, by the notes of this fragrance, because it does have raspberry at the top. There's orange zest, saffron, orange zest and saffron. Orange zest, saffron, floral at the heart, like some peony. There's some caramel, amber, vanilla, musk, and moss. So this is kind of like a creamy gourmand with a slight spicy undertone or edge, okay? So sometimes when we think of gourmand fragrances, we think of women. We think of gourmand and sweet and fluffy and creamy and strawberry and marshmallow, but this isn't that type of gourmand, okay? This gourmand, again, it's a little bit fruity, it's a little bit spicy. I absolutely love it, and I feel, again, men, do not shy away from some of these fragrances, because these fragrances are going to smell absolutely amazing on you. So guys, with that being said, drop in the comments below if I have some men watching. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, guys, about unisex fragrances, in my opinion, of fragrances when it comes to marketing that there is no gender in fragrance? I'd like to hear your opinions, because I've heard a lot of different opinions about that. Again, in my opinion, I think it's strictly for marketing purposes. But let me know your thoughts. Also, men, let me know, would you be willing to step outside the box and try something that is maybe not your usual, maybe is not the norm for you? Let me know. So again, guys, that's all I have for you. If you have not clicked on the subscribe button, go ahead and do so. Turn on your post notification bell. That way you will be notified each and every time I upload content. You have now crossed over to the sunny side, so please leave your comments below. And if you like this video, then share this video. And if you don't like this video, then share it anyway. Duh. That's all I have. Peace.